But yeah, I'm thinking Incendia would be pretty sweet. Unless one of you guys comes up with a better name. That's probably what I'm going to go with. But I'll leave it to you. Cool looking thing up there. What's this? That is. Wonder what that is. God, there's just all kinds of stuff around here. How do you get into this place? Seems like a road. Nightgate Inn. This might... What time is it? That could be a good place to lay low for an evening. You know, given what we know about the Dark Brotherhood looking for us and everything. That might just prove useful, having a place off the side of the road that nobody's going to... I mean, nobody's going to know we're here, right? How could they possibly know that we're here? Let's go in, shall we? Let's check it out. Oh, right here. This is a tiny place.
Hadring got himself another customer, eh?
Mm-hmm. Hi there.
Ah, hello there, traveler. Come to the Nightgate for food or lodging?
Just to check it out right now. What can you tell me about the place?
This old place? Huh. Been here forever. Built by my great-granddad. Run by him, then all the way up the line to me.
Very cool. This seems like a rather lonesome stretch of road. Do you guys actually get any business?
Nah, not so much. The odd traveler on the road. But mostly just old full-time. Come to drink away a lifetime of bad memories, I'd wager. Of course, there's the orc. Long-term
The one on the
tenant,
road?
that one. For what he pays, I could afford to shut this place down.
What's... He pays you what?
Him? Oh, name's Balablob or Malaklob. One of them funny orc names.
It's a good read, actually.
Talks real good, though. Not a savage at all. Said he's a writer. Don't know what kind of job that is, but it must earn him some pretty coin. He's paid up for the next few months. He mostly just hangs about. Goes down to the lake. Sometimes samples the stores of wine in the cellar. Man can do whatever he pleases, as far as I care.
It's kind of cool. What's the scuttlebutt?
People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Make you look completely different. Do you believe that?
Well, illusion spells can do that, yeah.
Anything
Let's
you
talk
need.
to good old
Holler.
Full-Time here.
What do you want?
Are you a regular?
You see any other inns around here? Where else would I go to drink?
You're a surly one. What's the, what do you know about that orc that's staying here?
Well, he doesn't like company, I can tell you that much. Just wants to be left alone. But, oh, no, that's not really it. It's like he wants to talk. He likes people and all, but he stays separate because he's supposed to. It's kind of sad, really.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, is that
talk
him over
away.
there?
I
Anig
wasn't
would-
talking or anything.
Oh, keep your pants on, dude. Well, you got a lot of books. And I would actually probably like to talk to that orc and just see what his story is. So let's do that, shall we? Let's do that.
Hadring got himself another customer, eh?
You know, the courier and the note are kind of, you know, like I said, they're freaking Anig out, and honestly, right now, she just wants any excuse she can find to stay off the road for a little. What the? It's rather strange. She wants to find any excuse she can to stay off the road because this is just too much. You know, she killed Grella to solve a problem, but also kind of sort of to correct, to protect herself in a way, because as I said, she thought this is actually kind of a nice inn. I mean, it's big. She killed her to kind of protect herself from the Dark Brotherhood, because if, you know, even though she wouldn't want to admit it, if she hadn't killed Grelad, the Aretino boy would probably still be doing the wow, this goes way down here. He would probably still be doing the Dark Sacrament, and that just would not be cool with Anig. So she's kind of thinking like, oh god, I kind of had to kill Grelad, and it just kind of creeps her out that she had to do that, and that she was capable of doing it, and she thought that she was in the clear. She breathed a sigh of relief, and now with the courier finding her with the note, she's kind of thinking like, oh god, what if I have to do this again? Like, what if she has to kill again? What if she has to kill to protect her identity wherever she goes? Like, that's just not, she's not cool with that, and it's kind of making her panic a little bit, and she's thinking maybe if that's how it's got to be, it might be better to just not, just give up, because she's not going to be able to rationalize to herself having to kill people, anybody who looks suspicious to her, because she's afraid they're going to turn her over to the Dark Brotherhood. Like, that's just too crazy. So any excuse she can have to just get off the road and clear her thoughts right now is she's going to take it. Excuse me, sir. Hi, I heard about you upstairs. I just wanted to see what your story was.
I really don't mean to be rude, friend, but I'm not feeling particularly sociable.
No?
I value my privacy, so if you don't mind...
Okay. Well, do you mind if I just check out this book over here on your nightstand? Legend of Cradley House. Ooh, I think that's a horror story. Sneak. Okay. Well, I am curious about you, but I will respect your privacy. And no, I didn't miss that other skill book upstairs. I'll read it on my way up. Whoa, Nig's moving fast. Oh wait, where did it go? These books were marked. There we go. Wayfarer increased. We're not going to take these books, even though it says we're not stealing them. Oh, actually, it does say we're stealing them. Because they're obviously, they belong to the inn. We're not just going to take them. Well, it's pretty much dinner time. I think we're going to stay here tonight. Maybe maybe we gave the Dark Brotherhood the slip a little bit. They thought we were going to Winterhold, clearly. And then we thought maybe we would go to Dawnstar. But we're doing neither of those. And I think Anig kind of feels like Dawnstar would probably be what they would think we would do next. So maybe this is a good way to, kind of sneak beyond their grasp. We'll see. But yeah, she's going to stay the night here. Okay, so we ate some dinner. Let's go check out that lake that they mentioned. Just see what it's like down there. Jesus, mammoth skull just right there. It's a pretty little spot, actually. There's not much here. Not much of a lake, it's more like a pond, but still, it's pretty. Let's go down this other path up here that we saw. Where does this go? Is this even a path? We putting ourselves in danger walking down this road here? Now this is a lake. I think. There's a horker. Holy cow. And a saber cat. No. Always in trouble, Anig. Danger is never far from you, is it? I wonder what that structure is there. Something it looks like a pipe or something sticking out of the water. I wonder if we could kill that saber cat without it getting to us. I'm gonna try it actually. Maybe I should save it first. Sorry, I wanted to... I wanted to do... There we go, that's what I wanted to do. I don't think he's going to get up here to us. Can he? I don't know, going way out of his way. Where did he go? This might have just been a waste of time. Well, there's battle music, but we're not being challenged. Yeah, let's go back up to the inn. We're gonna get a room and... Oh god, am I stuck? There we go. That'd be terrible if we got stuck and then the cat attacked us. We'll get a room, we'll spend the night here, and Anig will feel a little bit safer being in this out-of-the-way little place, far from anyone who could know who and where she is. Music is all over the place right now. Hello there, sir. May we have a room for the evening?
Something I can get for you?
What the... Anig, get off of there.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Let's see. How long will we be staying? I added, if you can't tell, I added a mod that, since I did the Skyrim Redone one, it wasn't there at first, but I added a mod that redoes the inns, the prices, and lets you rent for three nights in a row if you need them. Just one.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Fantastic. Okay, where...
I'll show you to your room.
Oh, that's why. Full-time, they're pushing me up on top of the counter. Where's my room? Show me. See, now they're marked as... I don't know, that's weird.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
It's the one room with a door? Ooh. Now that's luxury. Oh. Is this stealing? No, it's not. Let's take it. Let's go through some books here. Nice little spot. Well, we haven't had an opportunity for a little while. Maybe this isn't... You know, Anig, this is great. This room is so cozy, and it's underground, and there's no windows. Like, this is actually just exactly what Anig needed. Something where she felt like nobody could touch her in here. This is actually really nice. So she feels a little bit relaxed now, which is nice. And we're going to do some reading here. We're going to read this other book of the Wanderer's Tale mod that I have. The book is called Mirok the Traitor, Velok the Jailer. If you'll excuse me while I wet my whistle. Again, this is added by the Wanderer's Tale mod, which was done by the gentleman who does the Elder Lore podcast. If you check that out, if you Google Elder Lore podcast, it'll come up. So here we go. And again, this will be the end of the video, so if you don't want to listen to it, just skip to the next video. You won't miss any gameplay. The Wanderer's Tales, Book 1. Mirok the Traitor, Velok the Jailer. There was a time when the world was young that dragons ruled the north. The northern men had arrived on the shores of Tamriel and brought with them strange and unfamiliar gods. They built great temples throughout the north and sacrificed much in reverence of the dragons. The most pious among them were chosen to be stewards and guardians, the dragon priests. They were clerics and holy men, but also warriors, generals, and kings. Through ancient rituals and powerful magic they made themselves undying, that they might be forever in service to their people and to the dragons. Though they each had dominion over their own territories, they would at times meet to discuss matters of great importance. And so, the great city of Bromanyar was built for them. There was Hevnorak, ruthless in his devotion, Crosis, sorrowful and brooding, glorious Morokai, vain and contemptuous. There was vengeful Nachrin and mad Otar. There was Volkun, hidden in shadow, and Rakgot, full of rage, Volsung, who surpassed all others in arcane knowledge and the wielding of magics, Ajidal, the destroyer, dishonorable Dukan, and Zakrisos of the bloody sword. There too was Mirak of the dragon's blood, and Velak, the protector. Even among the dragon priests, Mirak was seen as a paragon. Not only was he chosen as dragon priest, but he was also born with the blood of dragons. It was true, anybody could learn the language of dragons after years and years of scholarship and practice. But only the Dragonborn was born with the ability. To many eyes, Mirak was meant to be a dragon priest and could do no harm. Secretly, however, Mirak was not as devoted as his brethren. He spent endless hours in the libraries, poring over volumes both ancient and forgotten, and so it was that, in the darkest depths of his memories, he was contacted by the demon Hermias Mora. He was tempted and seduced by the promises of forbidden knowledge, and forsook his dragon masters for darker purposes. The streets of Bromanyar rang with music and celebration as the dragon priests, with their retinues, all but Mirak. That sentence is missing a verb, I think, but the fate of the disgraced priest would be the topic of debate, but the citizens knew not the darker implications of the convention and rejoiced nonetheless. The meeting hall was much more solemn and sober than the streets outside. Hevnorak wanted to see Mirak tortured and sacrificed to their dragon masters. Volkun suggested they watch and wait, and see what might come of Mirak's new path. Volsung wanted to see what Mirak might gain from his alliance with the demon prince, so they all might somehow benefit. The priests argued late into the night, but in the end all reached the same conclusion. Mirak's treachery could not be forgiven. It was Valok who had first raised concerns about the allegiance of Mirak, and so it fell to Valok to dispense punishment. And so Valok confronted Mirak in the snowy mountains of Solstheim. For 3 days they battled in the high places, and for 3 days the mountains echoed with spells and chants and shouts. The people in the valleys below cowered in their homes for fear of avalanche and blizzard and storm. For 3 days the sun darkened, for so many dragons filled the sky that the sun could not see the earth. For 3 days thunder rolled, lightning struck, fires blazed, ice cracked, and blood was shed. For 3 days the peaks of the mountains were hidden in smoke and fire. It is said, around campfires and besides the beds of children, that it was the tremendous fury and power of the battle that forever separated the island of Solstheim from the mainland. At the end of 3 days the world became quiet. The dragon priests approached the battlegrounds and saw naught but ruin and death. The mountains had become a charnel house and lich yard, the bones of countless dragons littered about. The air was foul to breathe. Smoke and ash obscured all. They came upon the broken bodies of the dragon priests. First they found Valok, barely alive. He pointed them to the body of Mirak, but when they looked upon it they despaired, for they could tell that it was but an empty vessel. "We fought for 3 days," spoke Valok, "but at the moment it appeared like I had gained the upper hand, the coward Mirak fled into the arms of his new master. And so it was, though his body had been battered and broken, Mirak escaped punishment and fled into the realm of the demon, Hermias Mora." The priests knew not what to do, for they knew that if Mirak returned, his anger would be great. Nor did they wish to follow him into the realms of the demon to bring him judgment. Valok bowed his head low, for he knew what must be done. He made himself a barrow on the site of their battle, and laid himself to rest, There he would watch and keep eternal vigil over the prison Miraak had made for himself. Valok, the bulwark that protected the realm of men against the tyranny and treachery of the traitor Miraak. Valok, the protector. Valok, the guardian. Valok, the jailer. All right, let's put ourselves to sleep then. And we're not going to sleep, obviously, from 7:14 on, but Anig will probably be doing a little bit more reading. But she will be up bright and early tomorrow and be setting off probably for Dawnstar still. She doesn't think it's safe to go to Winterhold, so that will be where we're going next, I think.